What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media and welcome back for another live Pokemon Showdown session. Today we're going to be jumping into the LC tier. That's right, we're doing Little Cup today, which is great because I don't do nearly enough of it on the channel. In fact, barely any ever goes up, which is a shame because it's such a fun tier. It's a little bit difficult to get used to as far as EV spreads and everything. As you can see, it's just really wacky. But I'm bringing some interesting stuff. I've laddered with this team a little bit, not at like the very bottom of the ladder. I'm at like 1200, maybe a little bit higher than that. And the LC ladder only goes up to like 15 or 1600, so that's decently high to at least be able to encounter some players that know what they're doing. So that is that. Before we go over the team though, just a friendly reminder in case you guys haven't done so already, if you would like to show your support, feel free to do so by clicking that like button right below this video. That does help out a lot. If you have any suggestions for Pokemon or sets or tiers you would like to see me play, that can go down in the comment section below as always. Now let's take a look at the team. We've got Ducklett, nicknamed Ernie, with an Eviolite. Really weird EV spread, but the basic idea here is we're going to be running Rain Dance with Hydration, so we can't get status at all. And then we've got Scald and Hurricane will always hit in the rain, a modest nature. Not really too much to go over there. Then we have Tops, the ball toy with Eviolite, Levitate of course, because that's only ability. Psychic is there because Timber is a huge problem if it wants to try to switch in, which it doesn't normally, but Psychic actually pretty good coverage because it allows me to damage things like Ghastly too, in addition to things like Timber. And then I have Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin. I'm pretty much just mixed defenses here because 236 with a relaxed nature gets me up to 16 for physical defense, and the special defense investment also gets me up to 16. Then we have Croagunk, which is going to be the glue of this team. This thing is the most useful member probably. It just does so many things. It's a mixed set because Croagunk does have base 61 in attack and special attack, and I'm actually running a minus speed nature. But I do have the Vacuum Wave for priority, which is great. Then we have Sludge Bomb for our main poison stab, Drain Punch to get some of our HP back and hit on the physical side, and Knock Off to remove Eviolites. Positive special attack nature with Quiet, so minus speed. The EVs, this is so weird. Really, the only way I can think of to describe it is it takes like 70 or 80 EVs just to raise each stat by 1 point. So wherever the cutoff is, that's basically what you go with. So there we go. We have Frank, the Growlithe, not the Arcanine, finally making his return. He's going to be physically defensive. Will-O-Wisp, Morning Mist, yeah, Morning Sun, Flare Blitz, and Roar because I needed some kind of phaser to get rid of things like Pawniard, which is everywhere. Then we have Puff, the Dratini, with Eviolites as well. Everything on this team has Eviolite. What is this? I'm just noticing this now. So this is going to be our sweeper with Shed Skin, so we can get burned, and that really won't matter because we can get rid of that. Adamant Nature with Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed for that great +2 priority. Outrage, which is going to be our stab. And Iron Tail, which is really kind of weird to be running. And I still don't have coverage on Steel types, but Iron Tail does hit fairies like Spritzy for a lot of damage. Then we have Sparks, the Electrike, which I don't really use a whole lot, to be perfectly honest, but the Lightning Rod is nice just because we have a Ducklett, so if anything tries to Volt Switch, we can just switch this in. Pretty good coverage with Volt Switch, Flamethrower, T-Bolt, and Hidden Power. Grass is there just to hit ground types that might want to switch in, that think I might be choiced or something. And it also hits Chinchou, which is a huge threat in the tier. And looking through, there's really no other options other than I mean, if I just wanted to have Volt Switch as my only stab, I really don't have any other options. Signal Beam isn't that good of a coverage move. Flamethrower is much better. I guess I could run Snarl, but that's kind of silly. So I'm just going to go with what we have here. Now, Ernie is probably going to be the thing that catches most people off guard, just because I gave this example earlier to someone on Twitter, but like running Ducklett in LC is basically like seeing Ariados in UU. It just doesn't happen. Nobody cares about Ducklett. Nobody really cares about Electrike these days either. It was kind of common last gen, but not so much this time around. So I know I kind of just skipped over that kind of quickly, but I didn't want this to be like a 10-minute opening. So yeah, I'd rather have it be more of battles than me just explaining stuff constantly. So I try to do it somewhat in depth. The EVs is the only thing that could be a little bit confusing. I'll see if I can find somewhere that kind of explains it and put that link in the description if you guys are really trying to figure out what's going on with that. But anyway, we're going to lead with Frank here because I knew Ferroseed was going to be a thing, and I'm just very tempted to just click Flare Blitz here and kill this thing. He may protect, but I don't want hazards up. My team doesn't like hazards. Ducklett obviously takes 25%, and so does Frank, so we don't like that. He does go for the protect, which is fine. I'm tempted to click Will-O-Wisp now, predicting him to switch in something and be cheeky, and I don't like that. So I'm going to Willow. We'll see if he wants to switch. I mean, it's a really bad play to just leave your Ferroseed in here. Oh, wait, he disconnected. Okay, then. So it just plays out the turn. And he did leave his Ferroseed in on a Growlithe. What are you doing? I'm so confused. Why would you do that on turn 2? I mean, I understand the protect just to see what I'm going to do, but I don't know. So we get free points there, I guess, and we can just move on. So, yeah, that was a fun first battle, all of 2 turns. So another Ferroseed. Ferroseed is a big defensive threat. Staryu is a huge threat in the tier. Bunnelby and Fletchling are pretty standard as well. The Stab Acrobatics is probably carrying no item, so that's just going to hurt. But I do have Growlithe that can switch into that. Bunnelby is a problem. Choice Scarf is pretty common. With that huge power, that thing is capable of dishing out a lot of damage. A lot of people run Scarf on it, so Vacuum Wave could be our savior with that. Because it also gets EQ, so Growlithe can't always just switch in on it. I'm guessing that Coughing is going to be the defensive, physically defensive Pokemon here of choice, and then the Mienfoo is going to be the pivot. He also has a Rapid Spinner in Staryu. And Staryu has such good coverage too. It gets, you know, Hydro Pump or Scald for stab, and then it can run Psychic for things like Croagunk and Timber. It can get T-Bolt, Ice Beam. Just too many coverage moves. So we're going to start off with Sparks this time, and because he doesn't have any ground types, Bunnelby is only normal, and I'm going to go for Flamethrower, and he leaves his Ferroseed in to just die. So many people have done that while I've been laddering up. It's ridiculous. It's like nobody remembers that Electrike gets Flamethrower, and they just don't care. They just let their Ferroseeds die. It always happens to be when they don't protect, too. It's like, for once, you're not protecting on turn 1. Sheesh. You just die. Alright, so Mienfoo comes out. He's probably just going to Fake Out. And I don't know if I want to take damage on this. This thing is so ridiculously frail because it doesn't have Eviolite. Fake Out would do like half of my remaining HP. So I'm kind of tempted to just go into Frank here. We're going to get an Intimidate off. And Fake Out won't do too much at -1. Yeah, he does go for the Fake Out. He shows off the Life Orb, so at least we have to, or at least we don't have to worry about him being choiced. But like I said at Team Preview, I really think that Bunnelby is going to be the Scarf user. If not Scarf, it'll be banned. I'm tempted to just click Flare Blitz here. I want to say he wants to switch in the, let's see, either the Staryu or the Coughing. Staryu does have the natural cure though, so that would probably be his best play, because Flare Blitz won't do too much, and it also has access to recover if he's running a bulkier set, as he does go for the U-turn, which doesn't do very much at all, 12%. He's going to get all of that Life Orb recoil back thanks to Regenerator, so that is the thing. He does go into Staryu, which gets burned. It does have natural cure though, so he can just switch out and then he won't be burned anymore. But he has no reason to switch out this turn. He's probably just going to go for Scald or Surf or Hydro Pump or whatever his stab move is. Now I do have Croagunk that can switch in on that, because I am Dry Skin. The problem I have is that these things can also run Psychic. Like I said, it has so many coverage moves and Rapids. It just has so many different things that it can do. You basically just have to, at least with this team, you're playing like Russian roulette. So you just have to try to guess what coverage moves it has. As he does go for the Hydro Pump, so we're immune to that, and we get a free switch in. I think I want to go for Knockoff to get rid of whatever item it's carrying. It could be Life Orb, could be Eviolite. And we just have to hope he doesn't have Psychic, basically. If he has Psychic, we're dead. And he does have Psychic, so Eviolite doesn't matter. Croagunk just dies. That is not good because our water immunity is gone, and he's pretty much free to just spam Hydro Pump. Let's see. If he has Psychic, though, he might not have T-Bolt or Ice Beam. It's just a matter of which one. Kind of tempted to just go right into Dratini, but Ernie might be a safer play. Just because that extreme speed is going to be so necessary for the two really fast Pokemon that he has. He's got the priority acrobatics with Gale Wings on the Fletch. What is it called? Fletchling. I want to call it Fletchinder all the time. And then that Bunnelby is probably going to be Scarfed. But yeah, I am going to go into Dratini here. I need to try to apply some kind of offensive pressure, and I'm going to guess that he does not have Ice Beam. And I know I kind of guessed that he didn't have Psychic, and he did. But yeah, I'm going to have to Dragon Dance here. I can't kill you from there. And going for Outraged without a boost in speed means that Bunnelby can just come in and kill me. So I don't like that so much. And if he does have Ice Beam, because he didn't show Life Orb, I don't know if Ice Beam will kill through Eviolite. It's not 4 times super effective. So I might be able to take that and then kill him with an Extreme Speed. Possibly. No, he just goes for Psychic, and he gets a crit, which is unfortunate. That does tell me he doesn't have Ice Beam, because there's no reason for him to go for Psychic again. Nothing else on my team is weak to it, so there was no prediction there. And I guess I just have to go for the Extreme Speed here, because if he goes for Psychic and gets a high roll, I'm dead. And that only does 40%! +1 Adamant Extreme Speed. 40% on a Staryu. So that's Eviolite. I'm surprised he's left it in this long, because now it just dies to burn. And if he switches it out, he won't be able to spin. Now he just leaves it in to die. Okay, fair enough, because that thing just tears through my team. So yeah, I'm kind of happy to get rid of that. So now, he's just going to go into Mienfoo. No, he's not. He's going to go into Bunnelby. Because he is thinking that he's going to outspeed. And if he is Jolly Scarf, he does outspeed. Actually, I'm Adamant. So if he's Adamant Scarf, he outspeeds too. So I have to go for Extreme Speed here. Because yeah, I'm only sitting at 14 speed. Bunnelby hits a max of 16. So yeah, and we get a crit and he's dead. I don't know if that mattered. Bunnelby is extremely frail because it doesn't run Eviolite almost ever. So yeah, that's great because that is a huge threat to my team gone. Because EQ just kills a lot of things. It kills a lot of things. Electrike and Growlithe both just die to it. And now he brings the Mienfoo into Fake Out. And that just kills me. Even though I have Eviolite. So he should have just done that in the first place. I think that was his better play. Because if it didn't kill, he could have just sacked something else. And honestly, I think the Acrobatics may have killed from Fletchling, but he didn't want to take an Extreme Speed because I would out-prioritize that, so I guess that makes sense. But anyway, we have Bunnelby out of the way, so I'm pretty happy with that. The last major threat on his team is that Fletchling, that I always want to call Fletchinder for whatever reason. I really just want to call it that. So we're going to get the Intimidate off, and I can Willow now. He has nothing with Natural Cure, nothing immune to Willow. So something's going to get burned. I'm guessing it's going to be Coughing. Yeah, he's going to U-turn into Coughing. No way he switches in Fletchling here. It's just not happening. Because that Coughing really doesn't care about being burned. The residual damage kind of hurts it, but yeah, that's the play to make, obviously, and we actually connect on the Willow. I was kind of thinking we might miss that. But this can't do much to me other than maybe Toxic. Or he's just going to Sludge Bomb maybe for damage. I'm going to Morning Sun, because I don't know how much damage that's going to do. Because I am defensive. He does go for the Sludge Bomb, it does 28%, and he doesn't get the poison. Wow. I hit a Willow, and then he doesn't poison me with Sludge Bomb? What is this black magic? I'm very confused. Very confused. Alright, let's see. We want to hit this on the special side. This is actually a pretty decent opportunity for us to go into Ernie here. Because if he poisons me, it's not that big of a deal. As soon as I set up the Rain Dance, all of my status will be cured. I can rest and get back up to full HP and then start firing off Scalds or Hurricanes, really. And he does go for the Sludge Bomb that does 28%. Didn't that do 28% to Growlithe too? It did. It's doing 28% to everybody. He gets the poison this time, and I'm going to set up the Rain Dance so that we can get rid of this poison. Then I will rest up, and then we can start firing off some Scalds. And yeah, he does go for the Sludge Bomb again. Goodbye poisoning. I really hope he doesn't outspeed us, because I'm not running like max speed or anything. Running a little bit of a bulkier set, I guess. I'm going to rest either way. And this is defensive coughing, yeah, so you're not outspeeding. I'm running a little bit of speed on this. And he goes for the Sludge Bomb, does 28% again, and we're going to wake up, thankfully. I love this set. I really, really do. Nobody knows how to deal with it. And like the common regenerator cores, like Slowpoke, Fungus, they just all try to Toxic it and T-Wave it, and it just doesn't work, and I just kill them, and it's lovely. I don't know, there's something about watching Ducklett kill things, even if it's LC, it's just, it's so amazing. So we're going to rest up again, as the burn is going to take out this coughing, as he goes for the Sludge Bomb again. Another 28% gone, but it's not that big of a deal. We still have, it says 2 turns of rain. I thought we had 1 more, unless I counted wrong, because we rested twice, and I did Rain Dance, and I went for Scald. It should be 4 turns. Unless it just doesn't count the turn until he sends something in, which makes sense, and I've just been talking about nothing this whole time. Your play here, I don't know what your play is. I don't know what you're running on that Mienfoo. I don't know if you have anything to hit me with super effectively, if you want to try to knock off my item. Hurricane, I think, just OHKOs you, though, because you're Life Orb. He does go into the Fletchling, so I don't have anything to hit this with super effectively because he's normal flying. I'm guessing he's just going to go straight for the Acrobatics, and we can go for the Rain-boosted Scald, and maybe get a burn if it doesn't kill. I guess it depends on his spread. As he goes for the Acrobatics, that does 40%, and yeah, we're going to die here. We're going to die here. At least we have that extra damage, but it kind of stinks that I don't have priority anymore, because Croagunk just was sacrificed, basically, to that Staryu, and we had to use Dratini earlier on. So I don't have any priority left, but having this thing weakened helps, I guess. I suppose. I think I just need to go for Scald here. Setting up Rain doesn't help me, because if he roosts, then he can just kill me the next turn. So I have to just keep Scalding. Maybe if he roosts, I can get a burn. I don't know if he's going to want to risk that. Kind of a tricky play for him here. And he does just go for the Acrobatics to kill me off, which is fine. Now, I don't think he can really do much to Growlithe. Frank seems like a good switch, but I can also go into Electrike. Because what is the speed that Fletchling hits? It only hits... Does it hit 16 speed? They don't all run max speed either, just because Acrobatics is a thing. So I kind of feel comfortable just going into Electrike, because if he wants to go for Acrobatics, it's not going to kill me. I can just go for T-Bolt and either kill this or dish out a lot of damage to Mienfoo switching in. So we'll see what he wants to do here. And he does just stay in and go for the Acrobatics. That does about half of our remaining HP, 45%. And with the Life Orb, it brings us down to 35. But Fletchling is gone, which means no more priority Acrobatics, which is great. I mean, it doesn't really do too much to the rest of my team, to be honest. Mienfoo's probably the bigger threat as of what I have left. But still, he's going to go for the Fake Out, I would assume. But either way, I think the safer play is to just go into Growlithe and immediately get that Intimidate off. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And no, he goes straight for the high jump kick. That's a 2-hit KO. That is not good. And he probably has knockoff, so that could really, really hurt Tops. So, do I want a Morning Sun? I'm just going to Flare Blitz for damage. We can let Frank go down here. I was kind of hoping he was going to Fake Out. He makes a good play, though. But he is taking Life Orb Recoil, so that at least is something. I mean, he's going to take Life Orb Recoil either way, so that really has nothing to do with what move he's choosing, but yeah. So now we can go back into Electrike, and I think we Speed Tie this. So we just have to see if we win the Speed Tie, I guess, or if he misses a high jump kick, and we just kill him. Okay. So if we didn't kill him there, and he high jump kicked us, Psychic, I think, would have killed after the Life Orb Recoil. It just would have mattered. If he had knockoff, he would have needed a crit, I think, to kill me. Same thing for U-turn, because I was defensive with the relaxed nature and everything. So I'm pretty sure I had that in the bag. He needed some hacks there to go in his favor. I don't even know if a crit knockoff would kill, to be honest. As we were not even at 1200 on the ladder. Now we are 1200. Anyway, that's going to be it for episode number 1, or part 1, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be 5 parts, as always, and I guess it'll be our goal to see if we can get up to around 1,300 on the ladder. That seems somewhat feasible through 4 more parts. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on!